Hi, this is Gary with MACMOST.com. Let's take a look at what Apple announced today. MACMOST is brought to you thanks to a great group of more than 1,000 supporters. Go to MACMOST.com/Patreon. There you could read more about the Patreon campaign, join us, and get exclusive content and course discounts. So today Apple announced new iPads, a new Apple Watch, and new iPhones. The iPads are actually a little bit of a surprise. Up until just the day before, very few rumor sites predicted there will be any iPads talked about today. But Apple announced a new base model iPad and a new iPad mini. So the base model is the low-end iPad. Now it's been upgraded with the A13 Bionic chip, a 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera, smart keyboard support. It supports the Apple Pencil like it did before. And the base price is still $329 for a 64 gig version. So it's nice to see the base model iPad get its regular update. Much bigger news was that Apple came out with a new iPad mini, and this is a significant update for the mini. So this is a new design, matching more the iPad Air and iPad Pro. It's the same basic size, but the screen is larger, 8.3 inches now. A big change is that Touch ID now moves to the button at the top. And it's got USB-C, not a Lightning connector. It's got speakers placed at the top and bottom, so in landscape mode you get stereo. It supports the second generation Apple Pencil, the one that magnetically sticks to the side, and it starts at $499. So for those waiting for the new iPad mini, this is definitely the upgrade that you wanted with the new design, USB-C, and everything is up to date. You could order both the iPad and iPad mini today, and orders will start shipping next week. Now, as expected, Apple announced a new Apple Watch, the Series 7, and there's been a little bit of a redesign. The screen now goes much closer to the edges, actually going underneath the curved part of the screen. So there's a slightly new shape to it because of that, but all the existing bands still work. It's more durable, it's dust resistant, it features faster charging, and the price for this one starts at $399. Apple's going to keep around the Series 3 watch as the base model for $199, and also you'll be able to get the Apple Watch SE for $279. One of the things that you'll be able to do with the screen being bigger on the device is actually use a little keyboard. You can swipe type on a keyboard on the Apple Watch now, so an additional option for entering text. So the big announcement, as expected, was the new iPhones. We've got an iPhone 13, iPhone 13 mini, Pro, and Pro Max. These all use the A15 Bionic chip, and they feature an XDR OLED display. So the new 13 and 13 Pro are essentially the same phone with different sizes. They feature two cameras in a diagonal arrangement, and these are upgraded cameras. The wide features optical image stabilization. A new feature of all the iPhones is using cinematic mode, which basically allows you to adjust focus while shooting. It will actually do this automatically, following the things it sees in the video. So going from one subject to another, or even as somebody glances over to somebody else, it'll change focus over to that other person. You can also do it manually by tapping or double tapping to lock focus. Now the iPhone Pro and Pro Max, they actually have three cameras. The telephoto camera is on these, and it is now a 3x telephoto. In addition to that, the Pros can do macro photography. You can focus in on objects as close as 2 centimeters away. Now all these start with 128 gigs minimum of storage. The price for the mini is $699. For the regular size is $799. Then the Pro is $999 and the Pro Max $1099. So the iPhone 13 and 13 mini are essentially the same phone, but of course the mini is smaller, so it's a smaller screen and smaller battery. The same thing for the iPhone Pro and Pro Max. The Max is bigger with a larger screen and larger battery. These are going to be available to order starting on Friday, and they'll start shipping September 24th. Some things to note, the Pro models now are going to have a 1 terabyte storage option. And also Apple talked about adding a feature for the Pro models that won't come out until later in the year, and that's the ability to shoot in ProRes for video. All three cameras on the Pro model will feature night mode. Also, the insides of all of the iPhones have been redesigned. So they've been reconfigured to have a bigger battery, accommodate the new cameras and such. So that's essentially it. We've got new iPhones, iPads, and an Apple Watch. I think it's worth noting how by next week we should already have the new iPads, and the week after that the new iPhones. The Apple Watch is a little different, saying that it will be available this fall. So probably sometime before the holidays. What do you think of the new products? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video, click the thumbs up button below to let me know. I publish new tutorials each weekday. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out.